This is where the fun begins. This is where the fun begins. This is where the fun. This is where the fun. This is where the fun begins.
Who's the big guy with the muscles?
This is where the fun begins.
Who's the big guy with the muscles?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Toy Anxiety. Different crew. If I'm pixelated, I don't know what to tell you.
I think you look okay right now.
Yeah, you look pretty good right now.
All right.
You look better than you've ever looked.
I'm
honestly.
Pixel Craig.
You got your wife's laptop and it looks way better now.
No. We might talk about PowerCon, so I'll be Pixel Craig tonight. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Ryan Dole is in the air.
He's up in the air.
He's up in the air. It's like a Jason Reitman movie. Welcome, everybody, to the show. Abby's feeling a little under the weather. She says hi. She said she was going to pop in the chat, but I looked in. She was watching a Godzilla movie.
Oh. Which one?
Wish I could be doing that right now.
Yeah.
You should do like one of those 80s Switch movies. Where
like
with
Freaky
Abby?
Friday or something?
Okay.
Yeah, with Abby.
How do I do that from here?
There's got to be like a lamp or a magic VHS.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You got to do
Some
something.
cursed object, you both touch it at the same time, but in
Right,
different
right.
locations.
Oh,
I gotta go
Abby's
find
here.
I gotta go find a cat.
She's in the chat. Well, hello.
Cool.
Yeah. And Jay, welcome. Thanks for
Thank
hopping
you.
on, having a little fun.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for having me. This is my podcast widow night because Colleen does her podcast Tuesday nights, so it's great to hang out with you all.
Hey,
I was
wait, what's Colleen's podcast?
The broadcast. It's her and two of her girlfriends do it.
What do they
Oh.
what's their thing? What do they
I
talk
think
about?
it's like a catch-all potpourri.
Oh, you don't listen. That's what
No,
that means.
Yeah.
Hey, your setup's looking good, by the way. My eyes are drawn to all the
Oh,
thank you.
yeah. You
the
got
stuff right
I got my
behind
trap
over your
out
shoulder.
now. I got the trap there.
There you go.
My Pet
No, that's
Monster, love that.
I got my pet monster. That's a newer edition. Yeah. And then the
Yeah.
little Frankie.
Yeah.
That looks
Thank
great.
you.
That looks good, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, and Jay, you didn't have a show Sunday. I was so worried. I was like, is he sick? Where is he? My Sunday was ruined.
Ruined. No, so my band that I have has a big concert coming up. Not a big concert. It's like we have our first concert in a while coming up, and we haven't rehearsed in a while. And like
Okay.
Sunday was the only night we could rehearse, so it was like
Right.
we just have to do it, and I'll just have to not have a show. But I posted the podcast video up on Sunday night, but it'll be back to normal things next Sunday. It was a one-off emergency band rehearsal session.
Well, I'm telling you what, I've been listening to Toy Geeks, and I listened to this whole episode, the 1987 Part 2,
Okay.
and I'm as itchy as you are
No. Oh no.
for that Defiant. Now listen, there is a complete Defiant with figures at Second Chance Toys in Atlanta, Georgia. No, you guys, no.
Funniest comment. This is
I
so
want to
funny.
trade bodies with
Hey, choose those next words carefully, buddy.
Careful.
Just move on.
Back to the
Just
Defiant.
move
Back to the Defiant.
Brandon
Yeah, that
wants
was.
to change bodies with somebody who owns a Defiant.
Yes, I do. Yes.
There you go. No, it's so it's so tantalizing. It's just like this. You shouldn't own it. Like there's no logical reason to have it, and that's why you want it. You know?
Right. Well, because also, listen, spaceships are cool. It has so many mechanisms. It has so many like the crank. And I listened to the whole thing, and it was good that I listened because if I ever do get one, I will now not try to play with it at all. I will just let it. I will not touch it. That
Is it
story.
a very brittle thing.
It's brutal. Well, Jay told a story about a guy at his local shop buying one mint in box to put it
Mint in
together,
box.
and he broke it.
Yeah.
Oh,
He opened it And
what
it
a
was
fool.
so nice because he brought it back to the shop for like a fraction of what he bought it for.
A fool.
Absolutely a fool. But like, see, it was tragic because it was just so crispy clean, like no yellowing. It was just like perfect. And he broke the rising mechanism on it.
Craig, where would you put that if you got one, when you get one?
Well, the thing about
you have a spot in there.
The thing about the Defiant is it's definitely big and bulky, but I feel like it could maybe go on top of two Detolfs.
You think it's
I think it could.
The tallness isn't. It's not going to be too tall.
No.
Hey, cut to you get this thing and it just sits on the top of that ghost box behind you. For
Probably.
A year.
Yeah, maybe.
So you haven't opened your ghost? Mine. I'm debating selling my ghost. You did open it.
Yeah,
did you do a video? Did I miss it?
No, I would never do something like that. Listen, I'm not gonna get. First of all, the only good way to do an unboxing is to do it the way Jay does it, which is about 40 hours of work.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna live unbox it so I can read every person I've ever met go, this fucking guy has no idea what he's doing. Jesus Christ.
Hey, wait, Jay, did you say you're thinking about selling yours?
Yeah, because it's so big. I feel like Hasbro made it,
right?
Huh?
Because it kind of sucks, right?
No, well, I don't want to say that. I just feel like they made the box and everything so freaking big that it almost just like, I don't want to deal with the hassle of, like, I don't have room for that. I didn't have room for it to begin with. And the way they set up the figures, I think they add an extra like whole section to the box or whatever. I'm just like, I'm already in space danger. And now I'm just like too anxious to even open it because I don't even think I remotely have room for it. So I might as well sell it.
Well, I mean, I was talking to, I don't want to give away Dole's business, but I know he's got some mega packages waiting for him back at home. He's stressed out about space danger as well. I think we all deal with it from time to time.
It's an insane box. It's a bigger box than a Defiant, which is a huge ass box. It's massive.
It's big.
And then I've got the stupid, I bought the damn Cat Slayer.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you if your Cat Slayer was in. But let's
not in yet.
Let's table. Okay, well, let's not table that. But let's say hi to the chat. Should we do that?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Thank you guys for being here live on a Tuesday night. We do this every Tuesday. Kind of a weird time of year. It's a little slow, but I think with Toy Fair and Jake.
I was just gonna say you're saying it's a little slow. I went to look for sad comments today, and Hasbro hasn't posted on their Instagram since like December the 18th or something like that. And I was like, wait, what? These are the same pictures from 2 weeks ago when I was looking. They have they're like, we're done.
But yeah, we got Toy Fair coming up, and we got fun stuff coming up. So
you all are going to that. I got press passes for it, so I'll be there this year.
Yeah, they actually made the press application. I'm gonna be there. I'm
Greg and I will go. We'll room together. It'll be great.
Actually, we have a room, Jay. If you're going for the weekend, if you want to do a little split, should we talk about this off air or just like
just do it in front of everybody?
Yeah, Hasbro's doing another press event. I actually do need to talk to you off air because, after all these years of podcasting and talking about toys, I'd like to meet and know at least one person at Mattel who can help me get into some events.
Let us in up those magical steps into the Mattel locked doors.
He needs the Mattel jewel on his.
I know. The first time we went and we thought we could just walk up those steps and go into the Mattel booth, they like look at our they look at their clipboard and then they just laugh.
Yeah.
And they're
Did they actually laugh?
No, but like Toy Fair is. Have you been to Toy Fair before, Jay?
Well, no. So I've done Spielwarenmesse, which is like the European toy fair.
So
and there they laugh at you if you don't have an invite to go beforehand. They do laugh at you like, "What? Who are you?" No, go.
Sorry, you're like. You find me 5 bigger toy tubers in this room, and then we'll talk. So
sorry, who are you?
Most of the smaller companies, your NECA, Super 7, Trick or Treat Studios, a lot of them you can kind of walk in and see what you see. Bigger companies you need appointments, and then if I know Hasbro's back this year, and I think Mattel's going to be back. You definitely need to be on some sort of list to get access. So we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Let's say hi to the chat. Jay Key is here. He posted a toy room tour today on the Monster Island channel. Check that out. I was
check that out.
very impressed. Jason Grahowski, Soulcraft, Fincher Technologies. I saw Charles said he got his Cat's Lair, and that's what I was wondering. Cutthroat Comics, Lawrence Dwayne, Davey Sockrocker, Video Power Gaming, Paul Morales, Rob Palladino, Rogue Killer, Jason, Aaron Hardy, Johnny Cock, Peak, Obi-Wan, Cone Killer, Confused, or Brock Parker on the air, Topher Khan, Young Hummus, Michael Warwick, Jessica Parker's here, Flash. Dude, a lot of classic names here tonight. Wyatt is here. I feel like the end of Lost. We're all in the church. Just
ready to go through the gates.
About to figure it all out. Wyatt, Dora Laxon is here. Free reign. I'm here. I'm real. You're real, Jack. Z-Man at the party. Who else? So on and so on. Duke Marine, Matt Bush in the house. Thank you guys so much. Chad Stewart. Lots of great people here tonight. Real quick shout out, and then we'll move on. Jay, I told you this, but we watched the Getting Lost.
Yes. Yes.
We watched the documentary.
Getting Lost. Yeah, I think it's Getting Lost.
You and Colin killed it. It was great. I was so happy to see you guys. And like, you were actually like, it wasn't like you're just like popped up in a little montage. Like Bobby Moynihan was talking about you.
Yeah.
Like, the Bobby Moynihan.
The Bobby Moynihan. Actually, one of my favorite parts about going to the premiere, like I've talked to Bobby Moynihan, he's a big Lost fan. We had him on our Lost podcast back in the day.
Okay.
But I'd never actually met him in person. We talked about meeting up at Comic-Con a few times or whatever, but never got to meet in person, or at least say hi in person. So then finally at the premiere, we got to, meet in person, talk for whatever. Really nice guy. Freaking hilarious. Nonstop Bobby Moynihan. He's always Bobby Moynihan, which is great. But then he did an interview afterwards, and he said his favorite part of the night was getting to meet Jack and I. And I was like, what? That's so cool. That was like one of the, I don't really gloat or brag or whatever, but that was the one time I was like, that's cool. I'm going to enjoy that one. I'm going to savor that.
That's awesome. I mean, it really, like, if, we won't go too far into it, but if you're a fan of the show Lost, it's got the proper documentary treatment. It was not, listen, documentaries, they can be great. They can be
trash.
They could, Jake, remember that documentary about Jaws fans? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. Hey, there's a couple of them. And there's one about Ghostbusters fans too. So
it's a risky proposition to do one of those kind of things.
It was really good, and like most of the cast was in it, and like the fact that JJ's in it and Damon Lindelof and Carlton Cuse, it's like, oh, it's like, that it's the real deal.
And I give him credit because it was just such a good buddy of mine. Ralph was one of the producers, one of the people that made it happen. And it was just very organic where, a lot of us are friends with Jorge because he was like one of the actors that was really cool with all of us podcasters. And so he was one of the first interviews, and then he has a text sort of all the actors, and then he tells them like, oh, I'll do it. And then once the more other actors started doing it, they're like, okay, we'll do it. And then once the actors like reach out to Damon and be like, hey, do you want to do this? And then, so just it kind of organically snowballed to then everybody from the show being on it. It was cool.
I would spend the entire rest of this episode talking about Lost instead of toys, by the way. Hey, speaking of, I just sold my Lost toys.
Well, there's
some the McFarlane ones.
Yeah, I had all of them. I had the whole thing, but they were on eBay for a little while, and they weren't in.
I would have traded you some extra Ecto Glows probably for me.
Oh wow! I sold them very cheap.
Going on eBay at some point, right there.
I sold them very cheap, all in one big lot.
Yeah. Well, it was great.
For those asking, it is on Amazon Prime. I think they're still trying to work out getting on Netflix and stuff. It's fascinating because the guy who made it is the guy who did that last Blockbuster documentary. And so it's just fascinating talking to him, like the process of trying to get something on Netflix and stuff and going into those meetings and stuff. It's you all have created things and tried, like your book's out, and like, how hard it is to make something and make it.
It's impossible.
It's so much work.
Even every Tuesday night when we stop the stream, I go, I can't believe we even just did that. It's so hard to do anything.
Right? Yes.
And that's why it's like there's really no middle ground. You either are like full-fledged, like mentally unhealthy podcaster, content
Yep.
creator, or
Yep.
you're just like not doing it. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it's really great. Congratulations, really cool.
That's great.
And I hope they figure out how to bring it back someday and not screw it
Maybe.
up.
No. What's kind of cool is I won't say because it may end up in like a director's cut of it, but there was somebody involved with the show that basically had this big explanatory answer to a whole bunch of stuff, and they cut it out of the final cut of the film, but it might go in the director's cut of the film. But it was a very, I don't know, legit, pretty well baked answer to a lot of the things.
I mean, I never got too caught.
Wow.
I'm just like, people are like, what about the whispers? I'm like, who cares? Touch grass, buddy. TV show.
The people that died on the island, they're ghosts. Come on, don't you believe
They're
in ghosts?
ghosts, man. I love seeing all the actors. Jacob, we'll get into toys, guys, in 2 seconds. We have long disagreed on our favorite characters, and
Are you like a man of science, man of faith kind of thing? Is it Locke versus Jack? Like, what are we talking
no,
about?
no. I think Jack is probably one of Jack's. I love Jack. There's anti-Jack people, but I like.
I
Jack.
think I feel like a lot of people are anti-Jack, but I always liked Jack, and I always thought he was thrown into a position that he didn't ask for and had to do a lot. I always liked Jack. I think what Craig is referring to is the fact that I know I'm in a little bit of a minority. I can't stand Sawyer, and I can't stand him from the beginning to the end. I don't buy his little redemption arc. I just don't like him. He's just annoying to me.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see him not vibing with Jacob. Like you would not be friends in real life. I can see that.
No.
Yeah. Well, listen, everybody go watch Lost, then watch the documentary, and then catch up on 6 years of Jay's podcast about Lost.
Hundreds of episodes.
Literally,
Baby
like,
me. I was 20 years old when I started that thing.
What are you waiting for? Get out there. Okay. Hey, Jay, how's your toy collecting life in 2025?
It's in shambles.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
It's in shambles. Yeah, I'm kind of at a crossroads. I got one of those Maji case display cases ordered. You know,
Tell me what
like Attack Peter has one.
Oh,
And,
they're cool.
you know, like they're nice. They're kind of like a Detolf, but a little bit fancier than a Detolf, but same kind of concept.
Yeah.
And so I'm in this holding pattern where I need to like get rid of a lot of stuff, and I have a vision for what's in the future, but I don't think that future can contain a lot of these checks I've already cashed on ghosts and cat slayers and dragonflies and hiss tanks and so I'm in this space where I'm just overrun and overwhelmed. That's where I'm at right now.
Do you get caught up in the thing where you're like, well, maybe I wouldn't buy the ghost, but it's the talk of toys right now, and I have a very popular toy talk show, so I need to financially invest in this thing to motivate myself to talk about it, knowing damn well in a year when it ships, I don't really even want it. Do you ever do that thing?
No,
Wow, somebody's projecting.
I never. No, like I think it's never that. Like if I buy something, I genuinely want to buy it, or if I'm spending my money on it, I genuinely want it. But I think I get excited about it is something that I'm genuinely excited about, but it's not a spatial awareness thing. I'm just like, it's really cool. I want it. And not even like being able to contemplate how it actually fits into anything. And then time goes on and then it arrives and it's just like, what was I like? If I was going to go buy it at Target today, I would be like, oh, I don't have room for that. But since I don't actually physically have it here, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I'm gonna get that thing, and then I'll figure it out later.
I have never considered room, like I feel like I'm running out of room, but I feel like we all are. But that is not ever a thing that I consider when I'm buying toys. Like I have never not bought a toy because I was like, I don't know if I have a space for that. I just do it and
figure it out.
I'll deal with it later. I'll either figure it out or or I'll get rid of
Well,
something.
Jacob, I mean,
But
tonight.
But that's where I am. But I feel like I have too much stuff. Like my backlog is too high now to where I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna get to that thing that I don't have room for.
Right.
sure.
I mean, so Jacob, like, you've also the last couple years gotten a little bit better about like selling stuff that you don't need in your collection anymore, like making space when you need to make space.
I have my my toy collecting habits has gone through a big change, especially in the last year. But I still buy like random, I'll
Yeah.
still buy just like you'll see my one pickup tonight is ridiculous and not something that I would normally collect, but it was just a toy that I was like, hey, this makes me happy. I'm gonna buy it and I'll
Hell
find
yeah.
a spot for it.
I love that.
Jay, we're just airing everybody's personal business tonight. How long have you lived in your house?
That's another problem. This is the longest I've ever lived in one place in my entire life.
Okay.
By 3 years. Moved around a lot, grew up poor. We moved like every freaking year.
Yeah.
And then once we moved here, I moved at least every 3-4 years or something.
Right.
And so I've lived here now for 8 years. And so this is our forever home, ideally. And so it's just like, there's no like, I'm going to put it in storage because eventually I'll get my dream toy.
Right.
No, this is it. This is it.
This is the house. Okay.
Yeah,
Because
this
I
is
didn't
the
know
house.
it's like I didn't know like, maybe in 5 years you guys build a nice house and on some land and you get, you design a toy room. You could
This is it. It's a big house on over an acre of land. Like there's no.
So you're there already. Okay.
I'm there. So
Okay.
no,
All right.
I'm living the dream, and
I didn't know you had an acre of land. I didn't know you were in that kind of situation.
But I was just like, there's no some farmhouse somewhere that I'm looking to build. Like this is it.
All right. Well,
I'm toast.
those kids are going to college at some point. You'll have 2 new toy rooms pop up. This is gonna be awesome.
So yeah, it is. So anyway, I think it's just, I don't know if it's like this post-pandemic thing of where, we built these habits of like, oh, cool, these companies are making cool stuff. And this is it's just so much fun. It's bringing me so much joy and we're making it all work and everything. But I don't know, maybe just because everything also just arrived all at the same time, or it's just like, holy crap, okay,
There's
I need to
something to that.
calm down.
Because toy collectors went wild during the pandemic.
And myself included. Like
toy companies went wild during the pandemic. And now we're like in a different, it feels like we're in like this new era of toy collecting. And I don't know what the next couple of years looks like. I don't think anybody could have predicted the last 5. And I don't think anybody could predict the next 5.
But that's where it's just like, I need to shift to what is like the things I really, really want. And I need to thin the hurt, like, the Mondo Real Ghostbusters. That's a dream toy line. Like that is need to have, and so I think it's just shifting into that territory and then kind of seeing where things shake out. But it's definitely, so like Ghost, I don't think the Ghost is going to make it. Dragonfly is definitely out. I'm still on the fence about Cat's Lair because I really do love Thundercats, but it's like, I don't think it works.
All right, let's get into this a little bit more after we do some pickups. Jay, do you have any pickups? If not, it's okay.
Well, I don't think I do.
Okay. I've got a couple things, but I can start if you'd like me to.
Go for it.
Okay. Welcome to pickups. All right, 10 o'clock, 30 more minutes. Let's fucking do it. All right. So even though I'm going to probably talk mad smack about this company, I do have some McFarlane Batman to show off. As you guys know, big fan of the Chris Nolan films, and there were some sales on Amazon that I had to take advantage of. So I did get the maskless Batman figure. And
that looks nice.
It's actually a good looking figure. Like, will its head fall off? Maybe, but for now, like the sculpt's actually pretty good. And
that's
I think
bad.
Well, that's one of the weird things about McFarlane is just how like the range of good to bad on the sculpts is wild. So I got this little guy.
I will note, like this, like the over engineered articulation works better, I think, on like that bat suit because it's so kind of segmented as a suit versus like that Christopher Reeve Superman, where it's just like that's so cut up, it doesn't look good.
I agree. And then this was on sale for half price, and it's so dumb. And for
Half price.
have we all gone mad? We have. It is the camo tumbler.
Oh shit.
Which is, Dark Knight Rises, one of my faves. I don't have there's another tumbler. The black tumbler comes with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Lucius Fox. I don't have that one yet, and I don't have the Catwoman motorcycle yet. But listen, if you're gonna buy a dumb McFarlane vehicle, you might as well get the camo tumbler. Oh, dude, I'm gonna get the other tumbler. I'm gonna pose. I'm gonna have Bane and Batman fighting. It's gonna be sick.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was. I think it was $120 on sale for $60. I was like, it's a big dumb vehicle. Had a little fun.
You just like live a little. You only live once. You're gonna die one day.
Oh, thanks. Cool. Existential crisis unfolds. Davey Sockrocker, thanks for the super chat, says, "Don't hold back, Craig. I came here to chew bubblegum and roast Todd McFarlane, and I'm all out of bubblegum." Yeah. They live, except for McFarlane figures, because if you look in their eyes, they are lifeless.
Like a doll's eyes.
Like a doll's eyes. Oh, sick reference. Oh, we missed John too. He loved Jaws too.
I'm supposed to go to a shop this weekend.
Cool.
Let's see him. Catch up.
Jacob, you got a little pickup?
Yeah, just one. I was kind of annoyed today because I had a pickup coming in from Mondo that I've been very excited about, and it was the expected delivery day was today.
Oh, it's the worst.
But it's been in Orlando since Friday for some reason, and it did not show up. So didn't get it. It will probably show up tomorrow.
You know what? It's probably at Muppets 3D, getting in the last couple viewings.
Man,
rest in peace.
But I did pick up, like I said, something weird and silly, and something I wouldn't normally get. But I just think this is a fun little toy, and I got this.
Oh, fun!
This little two-headed, what is he called? Two Bop Steady from the Turtles of Grayskull.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these I think are kind of dumb, but this just looks cool to me, and it looks like because I don't know Masters of the Universe very well and don't know the characters, I can look at this and this just looks like someone did an experiment on Bebop and Rocksteady. I don't see the like Masters of the Universe figure here, other than it's a two-headed character, I guess. But I just think this is fun, and it's gonna look good with my Ninja Turtle toys. So
man, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, it's a cool toy. I saw this I saw it on the shelf like last week sometime, and I was just like, oh, that's a fun toy. And I just kept thinking about it. So that's a sign to go back and buy it. So I went and bought it.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is Jacob's living toy collecting as it should be.
I know. Because if this was me, I'd be like, make a checklist, buy every figure.
Exactly. Like that. That's Craig. You and I are very similar, and I love it. She was like, "That's just a cool toy. I'm just gonna get this one, and I'll be happy."
Yeah.
Before I start any new toy line, I make a Excel spreadsheet, which for my next pickup, I will.
I've got Google Sheets because Google Sheets is great. I have it on my phone. I use like,
oh yeah, Google. I don't actually use Excel. I'm not a Neanderthal. I use Google. No formulas either. I go old school.
Oh, you don't do like little when you check all the boxes, it changes colors, like data validation and stuff.
You know what, Jay? Listen, I probably should. Let's see. Listen, guys. I fucking love wrestling.
Oh boy,
I just do. And I've been weird about collecting wrestling over time. I've been in, I've been out, I've sold figures, I buy figures. I just need to come to this realization. If I was listing my top 5 fandoms, just in general, professional wrestling is maybe number 2 behind Ghostbusters. I listen to wrestling podcasts for 6 to 8 hours a day.
Damn.
I consume a ton of wrestling content. I watch a lot of wrestling. I collect a decent amount of wrestling. And so I'm back in. So let me show a couple figures I picked up. Jay, you're not a big wrestling guy, are you?
No, I had my era during 90s Hasbro. That's when I was into wrestling and those figures. But in the Toy Geeks podcast episode you were on, you mentioned how like during your dark ages, like wrestling was one of the things that kind of was a
I mean, wrestling, specifically Jack's Pacific WWF figures are what got me into collecting figures for the first time in like 9th grade. I've told the story before. My entire bedroom was wall-to-wall mint on card wrestling figures. Let's just say I got plenty of action in high school. You want to hear about how big of a poser I am? The first time in 10th grade, a girl was gonna come to my house. I took everything down. Every figure.
Where'd you put them?
In boxes in my brother's room.
But listen, I did well. I didn't have any girls in my room ever, but when Colleen and I first moved in together, there was no shelves for toys or anything, and just slowly it was a figure creep. It was like, hey, you mind if I put a shelf up? Just put a shelf up.
Your voice gets really high.
Like, sure, I guess. And then all of a sudden, boom, the whole room.
I mean, I'm telling you, when Maddie Collector started, Abby and I just started dating, and I was like, she like got home from work. I was like, I just got a slimed Egon. She's like, what? You did what? Like, don't worry, this will mean something to you eventually. But we've only known each other for 2 months. All right, Matt Bush, $4.99. Craig announces he is selling his wrestling figures in 3. No. So this is but there's so many wrestling figures that get released. Mattel, for people who collect like Star Wars Black Series, G.I. Joe Classified, any modern Marvel Legends, Mattel WWE is the mountain to aspire to. They put out like 300 figures a year. It's just nonstop. I mean, yeah. So anyways, Monday Night Wars, it's a new sub-line that specifically focuses on the characters from Monday Night Raw and WCW Nitro from a very specific time period.
Back when wrestling was at its peak. When it was the best.
1995 to like 2000. It's like a 5-year period. This is a hard line to collect because it's all Walmart exclusive. So it's a real pisser. Let me just show you what I got. First up, 6. Cool. All right. Okay. With a build Dusty Rhodes, a build NWO Dusty Rhodes. Okay. I'm just gonna show these.
For those that don't know wrestling, what would 6 compared to in other media? Like, what's his character type?
Role? That's a quality question. So he was he's a Hall of Famer. He's a known. Okay. He went on to become X-Pac.
But for a long time, he was like a little henchman,
kind of a henchman,
a little
like a
ratty, like yeah.
He was also a bad guy, so I would compare him to like a Cobra Trooper, or a little, or a maybe like a Bebop Rocksteady, maybe like a touch,
but without the charm. But without like the charm, I always disliked
straight bad, not later. Like okay.
Yeah, he just
low charisma.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep going. Also part of the Build a Dusty wave.
Okay, I know him.
Razor Ramon.
Him,
yeah. Everybody knows Razor.
Top tier. Yeah.
Top tier guy. All right. Triple H of Degeneration X.
Yeah.
Now this is the Build of Vincent wave.
I love Vincent. Rest in peace.
Yes.
You loved Vincent?
Well, I don't know because of the sad Vincent Instagram thing.
Like when he would set up a table in a New York subway and be like signing 8x10s.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he did die, but consolation prize, got to build a figure. So that's pretty good. All right.
It's the only way people are gonna.
Yeah, Virgil, sad Virgil. That was the meme. Sorry, good.
This one sucks, but forgive me. Hulk Hogan. listen, listen.
Wait,
Hold
what's
on.
he
In
wearing?
this climate, Craig.
This is from right when the NWO started, before they had a logo, but he was started wearing the black.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And it has the Build a Lex Luger with the puffy shirt from the first
Before
episode
the-
of Nitro.
Love Lex Luger. This is before the beard came in. Like
Yes.
right before it came
Right,
in.
right.
Yeah.
Now, if you thought that was bad, this one's actually not
You
part
got
of
a
the
lot
line,
of these. This is good.
but it's another Hulk Hogan. Listen,
Hey, that looks like a pretty good
Are you
figure.
trying
This
to
is-
tell us something, Craig?
I'm gonna burn these tonight. Listen, this is a great figure.
I have seen that one. It looks really
This
good.
is part of the. So this is the ultimate wave. It's kind of like a step up from it's like they're elite figures, but they have extra heads. And
That's a good looking toy. And even
It
though
is a good looking
even though Hulk Hogan now is like the biggest joke in the wrestling business, that was a big deal. The NWO
absolutely.
stuff was like
Even
that was such a good time for wrestling.
Even
last one.
myself, not as a wrestling fan at that point, like his heel turn was like
Yeah.
Everybody, even if you didn't give a crap, you knew that whole
it was
thing.
such a
It was
pop
massive.
culture
Absolutely.
phenomenon. And then lastly, one of my all-time favorite wrestling moments was when Roddy Piper showed up in WCW, got in Hogan's face.
Mhm.
So this is the now this is actually the it's a part of the subline of another line. So it does have the Monday Night War subline logo. This is Roddy Piper from WCW. He's got two shirts. You got the Icon shirt and the Reality Check shirts. Both silly. Both can't. Which one will I pick? God only knows. So yeah, bought a bunch of wrestling figures. Kind of an impulsive Christmas toy collector thing, but I do love it. It's not like classic Craig where it's like I just bought 8 figures. I don't know who any of these people are. I actually really, really do love
Wrestling.
pro wrestling, and there's a couple more that I think are in my car. I know factually they're in my car. I forgot to get them earlier. I think
Schrodinger's toy car collectibles.
I think they might be in my car. I don't know. Let's get super chat. So we'll see how far this goes. We are going to Japan in a couple months, and one of my things is there are some legendary wrestling stores in and around Tokyo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's a long heritage of professional wrestling in Japan, and there's a lot of collectibles and stuff like that.
Oh,
So,
cool.
Now, Craig, what about those other wrestling toys you got? Are those the ones that are in your car? The ones you got from Second Chance?
David Cabal says, "Love you guys. Happy New Year."
Sorry.
Jay, love the pod.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
They're around. They're actually already set up. I picked up a few loose Toy Biz WCW figures.
Ooh,
Um,
Lucy's.
I told Jacob the story. I was going through the bins at Second Chance Toys, and they were all like beater figures. And Chance, who works at the store, was like, "Craig, what the hell are you doing?" I'm like, Friday night by myself on the floor going through the bins, and I picked out 3 figures, and I got the Giant, I got Rey Mysterio, and I got Billy Kidman. And Chance was like,
Love it.
just take these.
It's like I love it. It's like that old fashioned like the husband at the bar in the bar. He's like, "Come on, Craig, go home. I'll get you a cab. Just
Just get the hell
go
out of here."
home."
Yeah.
Well, if I were ever to collect wrestling figures, it would be those, the Toy Biz WCW. I had that whole line when they came out. I remember collecting all the different versions of Macho Man and his different outfits, and I just always thought those were the best.
They're great.
I still think like the articulation and the way they look, those looked better than a lot of the other wrestling toys. So I always love those.
They're great. They're really good. I have a nice little display because I bought that arena
Yeah.
place. Okay, so this was on our thumbnail. We got to talk about it. This was announced today.
Oh,
So listen,
wait, what was announced? It's glow in the dark.
it's a blacklight
Oh, okay.
version of the Mr. Freeze Batman and Robin McFarlane figure. Originally a Build-A-Figure, now coming out as part of the gold label. But Abby had an astute observation.
Oh.
She looked at it and she goes, "Huh, is that Bill Hader?" And now I can't unsee it.
Damn, it kind of
It's
is.
definitely not Arnold.
It's
I'll
not
tell you
Arnold.
that
It's not Arnold Schwarzenegger.
at all.
So what is? I mean, could just be like a bad render or bad. I don't know.
That
but
looks
it's-
like a finished product. It doesn't look like a render.
So, Jay, when you see something like this, where's your head at?
Where's my head at?
Where's
I
your
thought
head
the
at with
other
this?
one looked better, so like I don't want this at all. And if you're gonna make it black light, like it's just a little bit of paint apps on his boobs and he has his thigh, like it's barely any black light on there. That's not. It should
Also,
be
who the fuck has a black light? What year is this from?
okay. So
It's a McFarlane figure. It's always 1999 in McFarlane world.
I will say, like, I got this cool Tron figure that was like blacklight paint from Diamond Select.
Yeah, but that
And,
makes sense with Tron.
Absolutely, and they made these little pucks that you could put them on that were blacklit, and then so when it sits on your shelf, it like glows, and it looks
cool.
amazing. This though barely has any blacklight paint, so it's just kind of like, what's the point?
Well, you made a good point too, and I saw some other people saying this. The packaging's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The Build-A-Figure that came out last year, the likeness was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty damn good last time.
But
So
look
what
how
happened?
smooth his face. Like it just doesn't look. I don't know. It's just really funny. So that's why Stefan is on our thumbnail.
Well, especially like because Bill Hader does such a fun Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Right.
And he has some great stories with him. So yeah, I can't not see that now.
Now let's talk about this. Randall coming in with some scoops. All right. And listen, it's the internet, so we take everything as fact and discuss it as it is.
Where's Toy Collector? Where's Blake?
Hey, we did 30 minutes last night on Will Smith be in the Matrix. We know damn well he won't be. We got an episode out of it. By the way, YHS podcast live on Mondays. Check it out.
It's exciting.
It is exciting, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. Randall says, rumor has it, looks like Hasbro may get the DC license for the adult collector line and give up Marvel due to Disney license being so expensive.
Wow. Give up Marvel.
I don't see that happening. But I've been hearing some buzz and some rumor out and about. I've got contact. I got people. There is some chatter about another company possibly picking up the DC adult collector license.
I have heard similar things, rumblings on the wind.
And I think Hasbro would be a great contender for that.
Yeah.
To me, it'd be cool just because, you have Marvel Legends and Marvel and DC kind of under one banner, which would be the first time since
putting out Marvel and DC with the same kind of like sculpting and style would be a win, I think, for both collectors.
If they just said DC Legends, we're gonna do the same model.
That would be cool.
Marvel. I would be like a day one completist just because until you couldn't be,
Mm-hmm.
for the first 6 months
until I'm buying my 4th Blue Beetle figure and I'm like, what is wrong with me?
I have 3 Blue Beetles max.
Oh, hey, does this come with a black light? Is that little?
I think so. Yeah,
that's what that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, if all my old blacklight posters from Hot Topic would have actually come with blacklights, I would have been set. I would have been so good.
I agree with Black Phoenix. There's like McFarlane. There is some good stuff in there every now and then, but on the whole, it's just kind of like there's a lot of just.
There's some head scratchery stuff. There just is. I don't see like kind of a separate conversation. I don't see Marvel leaving Hasbro. I think the Disney license.
I think they're
really,
doing too good.
Really important to Hasbro.
Yeah, and I think they do a really great job with it. So
it's kind of the only thing they care. Like Hasbro keeps cutting stuff off. Like obviously they still care about G.I. Joe and Transformers because that's like the in-house things.
And somehow Ghostbusters.
Somehow
there's been 3 Ghostbusters HasLabs. I would
somehow
have
Ghostbusters has returned.
The dead rise.
But yeah, like I think having that would be something. Just because I will say I feel like Mattel has put a little more gusto in their licenses compared to Hasbro, and just if you look at Jurassic Park and
Yeah. Well, Mattel had
Motu.
the DC license for a long time.
They did,
right?
but it was in like the Scott Knightlick era where it was,
Yeah.
half baked and not that great. I mean, actually, I shouldn't say that. DC Universe Classics was a phenomenal toy line, but it had a lot of shortcomings, and I think it fell short of what it could do based upon like short-sightedness from whoever's running those lines. But
Right.
yeah.
I mean, I it's fun to think about, and we should know sooner rather than later. Like we talked about Toy Fair coming up early March. That's usually where these kind of big announcements would be.
I know.
Made. And also like let's start reading the tea leaves a little bit. Like McFarlane's kind of gone heavy back into Spawn a couple times, starting to repaint a lot of Mr. Freeze figures. At least this one, I don't know.
Try to get as much out of that tooling that's already been done.
So yeah, we'll see. I mean, last thing on this, I think there's a tremendous amount of product that McFarlane puts out, but it's not really evenly spaced over the DC universe. It's mainly like 1,000 Batman figures.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
Batman.
Like the Y chromosome quotient is dreadfully missing.
Oh, women?
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Science.
Right? But like, so, which with DC, like, it's beating a dead horse at this point, but there's just so much of great, but even beyond that glaring hole, to your point, like DC is such an expansive universe.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and also DC seems pretty willing to split up the license. Like we know Spin Master has had like the kids focused DC license for a long time. And then we'll see. Speaking of, by the way, hey Jay, have you guys had this thing happen where you think you're on a payment plan for a hot toy and you're not, and then it just charges?
Remember my Batmobile? That's why I was my Batmobile.
Why does that happen?
I could have sworn I did the $75 a month or whatever tell all or one kind of thing, and but then you forget about it because I'm bad with money, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah. I had one of those, but I have my.
What was yours?
Well, I've got the deluxe Dark Knight Joker. Payment went through.
Oh, well,
I mean,
listen, that's not cheap.
No.
It's beautiful though. It's beautiful.
Not only is it not cheap, I didn't even know a hot toy could cost that much.
Which deluxe did you get? Like the one with some like gargoyle statue in it or something?
No. Let me actually get a picture of it up. I was gonna wait till it. I think it's the re-release of the one that was really popular.
Oh, I had that one and I loved it.
Yeah.
I sold it to John actually.
I didn't get the artisan edition. I just got the regular edition. I don't even know the difference. But okay. Let me share the screen. Listen, you guys heard me talking about camouflage tumblers earlier. I like this shit. Where is it? Oh, sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get it up on the other thing.
Well, and speaking of like the Space Danger thing, it's like I got that around Comic-Con, right? It's still in the shipper box. I haven't opened that yet. So that's like the compounding Space Danger things I have right now.
Apparently the
Ghost isn't gonna make it.
The Jazz Inc. Batmobile is supposedly really good too.
It's gonna be great, but to me, it's like I have the Hot Toys DeLorean. It's incredible. Like, and so yeah, it's beauty. It's a beauty.
So it's this one. Yeah, it's
cool.
That's a good looking.
It's a waitlisted, so you could probably sell it if you don't want to keep.
What's the difference between this and the other one?
I'm definitely keeping
hair. I think.
Yeah, I didn't want
has real hair.
Yeah, I didn't want that. I don't like that with toys.
I did consider getting one again with this, but I was like, I don't have room.
Hey, here's a hot take.
All my hot toys are up there on top of my bookshelf.
You know, I rewatched the Batman, the Matt Reeves one, and I've only seen that movie. I saw it in theater. I saw it once when it came out, and then I hadn't rewatched it. I rewatched it. It's phenomenal.
It's great. It's just too long, but it's great.
It's really long. I don't think I like that Joker thing they're doing. And I
think that's done.
Yeah, I mean, there's that deleted scene. I don't know.
Yeah.
It Didn't
No, I think the Barry, but wasn't it Keoghan or whatever? I don't think he's gonna do it.
not gonna do it.
My only problem with that movie is the audience is smarter than Batman, and I don't like that. But other than that, I love that movie. In the sense that like we figure out what the thing is before Batman figures it out. Like where the Penguin's like, "Oh, Colorado? What do you think that's?" You know, I'm just like,
Oh yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
you know? Like,
Sounds like a bat to me.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell's awesome. Hey,
he's
Jay,
so good.
I wanted to ask you. We normally don't go too in depth on like the Motu stuff when they announce stuff, but this all went up today. Anything that we should be highlighting that you're specifically excited about?
I mean, it's all cool. But I actually, aside from Catra, that's the only one I really like. I do not like that version of Beastman.
Are these all Origins?
Some are. So the top 3 are Origins, the Leech's Origins, and then the 2 on the side are New Eternia. And the Randor New Eternia is fun, but I think I'd wait for the classic one. And then the Beastman, I don't know if you can open up a picture of it. He's way too skinny. He's just like, he's not a hulking. They already did a New Eternia Beastman that was like a big kind of.
Yeah, I think I have that one.
It's cool. But this one, if I don't know if there's a bigger picture on the toy arc, but he's really thin. They had him at Comic-Con. Maybe they don't. They had him at Comic-Con this year. And he just looks too thin.
Let me see if I can. Yeah, I don't know. Well, Jay, you're the expert. No, it's only Mattel cares about us.
That's how you get in on with the Mattel team. It's just like, I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Beastman sounds cool, I guess.
The Roboto is Masterverse. I'm sorry, I wasn't spiking. My bad.
Gotcha.
Person, but
wow.
Where do you see this is interesting to me? Where do you see Motu in the next couple of years? Because it kind of feels like the origin. I mean, the turtle stuff is everywhere, but I don't know if it's selling. It's very available.
I feel like it like the fact that Jacob Walsh bought one, I think is your sign, right? Like he's not a Motu fan, right? But it's just like, and they're doing more of them, and now they're doing the Thundercats one. And I think what's brilliant about that move, and they've talked about it, is they're using companies like Playmates and Warner Brothers, who owns Thundercats, to like cover expensive tooling costs on more Motu figures. Like Too Bad's an expensive figure to tool, but they use the turtles in Grayskull to with your Too Bad Steady or Too Bop Steady. I think that's what it's called. To then make their Too Bad, and now they're finally getting a Too Bad. And then you have the movie coming out, which may finally happen, and I think that will bring more things about too.
Speaking of Joker, Jared Leto is playing Skeletor. Is this correct?
That I hate. All the other cast decisions, I love Alison Brie. I love Idris Elba. The other people I don't know, which is cool. I'm sure they'll be great, but Jared Leto, I'm not too happy about. But hey, whatever. I'm not going to be one of those fans. No,
Idris Elba's playing Man at Arms.
Yeah,
that's
Duncan.
Cool. That's really cool.
Right? He'd be badass. So like most of them are like, okay, cool, yeah, all right. So I guess we'll give him one, or I'm like, I don't get it, but that's a big one. Skeletor is a big, but
So they'll do, and they'll so they'll probably
Flash,
do.
I know Flash defended, because we kind of shit on him a couple weeks ago on my show, and Flash was defending Jared Leto, but I just, he's too corny for me.
Well,
where are you all standing, Jared Leto? Yay, we're pro Jared Leto?
Nah.
It's time for the toy anxiety Jared Leto moment. Trying to think.
I don't know though, because I haven't seen Morbius yet.
Oh, you haven't?
Maybe maybe that will.
It's part of the Madam Web universe.
Yeah.
Oh, the MWU. That's one of my faves. What's that movie? Dallas Buyers Club. He was great in that movie.
Yes.
But I don't give a fuck about Jared Leto, and doesn't he like have a cult? Isn't he like weird?
Yeah, he's like a cult leader.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a super chat here, Craig.
Davey Sauerkraker says, "People have to stop acting like the Marvel license is just Marvel Legends. The real money is kids' toys. Hasbro will slow Marvel Legends releases before they give up the license. I mean, I think it even goes further than that. I think it's a overall Disney package that they
I
have.
think so.
It's Marvel, it's Star Wars. I don't think it's uncommon for toy collectors to be a little short-sighted in their thought processes. So that's a good point, Davey. I think you're 100% right. But yeah, I don't know about Jared Leto, but that segment was brought to you by 30 Seconds to Mars. 30 Seconds to Mars, check them out on Spotify. That's a band.
They have one song.
Hey, you know what sucks about that band? They would always like their songs would mimic like whatever the popular genre was at the time. Like
Mhm.
like I'm like, oh, I guess they're like emo now because that's what's popular. They
Yeah.
were new metal or whatever. So anyways, so there's not a whole lot. Jay, was there any other news you wanted to call out? Anything exciting?
No, I know Rio Blast it was supposed to come out on January 6th. But they decided to push it back to January 21st. So another Origins figure, which a lot of people are excited about. I'm excited about getting that one.
And then
go
I
ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say I saw that Val put out a long, lengthy statement about the state of PowerCon.
Oh yes,
Facebook.
PowerCon merging with Toylanta.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just gonna be a one-off thing, just to have a show this year. I mean, good for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I think we're already committed. Like, I'm gonna make the trek down to ATL.
Maybe we'll do a panel.
Kids call it. Ooh, that'd be fun.
I mean, a toy tuber panel at PowerCon sounds like I don't know.
Our audience, like we actually have a fully baked, built-in audience.
And then they're like, "You guys suck."
Just as long as we're in some big atrium,
like in New York, right?
Like in a food court, preferably. Like they have a food court there. If we can just set
that'd
up
be cool.
in the food court.
Davey, we can do a couple questions, then we'll do some sad comments. Get out of here. Davey says, yeah. By the way, if anybody's going to come down to PowerCon, it is merging with Toylanta, which is a great, big vintage toy show. There's a new owner this year. They are going to have more vendors, new big space. So yeah, maybe we can do like a meetup,
which is great.
Something.
Which is great because Toylanta was starting to turn into a convention where I was like, we maybe don't need to go to this anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good. And
yeah,
then it kind of got not so good. So
I mean, I don't even think I bought anything last year.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So yeah, maybe we could do like
it's my birthday weekend, man, and that means it's around your birthday, Craig. Like, right? So I feel like
strip club.
I'm turning 40 this year. Big 40.
Wow.
Okay. That's awesome. And Jacob, do you turn 40 soon?
In February, yeah.
Not today. Today's not your birthday.
Not today. It's in February. It's soon.
Okay.
Coming up.
Well, maybe as we get closer, if we feel like there's going to be a bunch of Toy Anxiety and Geek Dad Life viewers coming down to Atlanta,
we'll do a thing.
Flag in the ground and and people will come. Build it. Yeah. Build it. Wait. People will come, Ray. Here it is.
Listen, I've got 2 words for you. The first word is Dave. The second word is Busters. I will be there. I'll be at the bar sipping Shirley Temples. Shirley Cocktails.
That's the grown-up version of a Shirley Temple, I think.
It's actually a name of a woman I knew. Shirley Cocktail. She's now the bartender at the Dave & Buster's near Toylanta. She owes me $10. Okay. Davey says, tell us more about the DC rumors. Who's in the running? I don't know. I can make stuff up. I mean, I think I know people say Jada. I just don't think Jada is big enough. Jada's a small company. They just are.
McFarlane's was kind of nowhere when they picked up the DC license.
Right. But McFarlane somehow has like factories in the United States. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Maybe they'll put one of the factories in Greenland once we take Greenland.
No politics.
Oh, you're right.
Trouble. We got trouble last week. Although Ryan's home country is having a weird political week.
Right, exactly. Like Canada, what's going on? I hope he's okay.
I think it's Hasbro or Mattel if they move. I don't have a third company that unless Spin Master decides that they want to start doing like adult collectibles. But I don't know.
It's weird. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
I want to do a big prediction episode, I think, before Toy Fair or something. What can happen? Anything can happen.
I'm looking up the 20 biggest toy companies. I know Lego's one of them, so that's not going to be Lego. So it's usually just Hasbro and Mattel. Like, I mean, we cover this stuff. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
I'll tell you
mainly
what.
those guys.
It's not going to be NECA, or Super.
Blake
7.
says Spin Master is dipping its toe in. One to watch.
Listen, if Spin Master wants to get into the action figure game, because like they've been doing those like 3 and
They
3
already are
quarter.
doing the action figures.
Yeah, but like real ones,
Like legit
big
adult
boys.
collector.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not gonna be NECA. It's not gonna be Super 7. It's not gonna be Mondo.
No.
These are all companies that could get licenses, but we're talking about the master
Yeah.
toy license for adult collectibles. Playmates.
Ugh, I hope not.
I don't think.
No offense to Playmates.
I
but,
don't
like,
think Playmates has the. I don't know.
if it ain't Turtles, they don't know how to do it.
Exactly.
Yo.
Exactly.
We haven't even. Okay, real quick. Playmates is supposed to be doing Power Rangers figures. We haven't seen those.
Exactly.
And did I I was at the store the other day, and I saw the Playmates has a new line of 2012 Turtles. Did we know about that?
Wait, like re-releases of the 2012 Turtles?
They look smaller.
You can't expect anyone to be able to keep up with Turtles releases these days.
Yeah,
Like
it's
Craig,
absurd.
when you showed me those, it took me like 10 minutes to even I was like, well, hold on. What am I looking at? I had to like look at the Turtles and be like, okay, these are the animated, like there's so many Turtles all over the fucking place. I don't think we knew. I don't know though. Did they not have those at Toy Fair when we went behind the
I remember they had the
They had the
2003.
They did 2003, I think, at the last, at least when I don't know, one of the Toy Fairs. So they did like their own little thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna find the picture.
But I didn't realize they were doing 2012 again. I agree with Jacob. Like, they have so many things with like the new Turtles and their re-releases. Like, it's kind of too much, and I don't know what's new and what's not because it's so.
Same.
I'll put
I'm
it
also
this way.
I love Turtles, but I'm also losing any kind of interest. Like I've gotten to the point where I don't care.
I'm oversaturated.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, look at that.
I was walking through, and like my Target is notorious for being stupid. My first thought was, looks like they found a 15-year-old case of figures.
Yeah. Yes.
So Jay, you might know. Are these just straight re-releases or?
Yeah, they look like, because those aren't the original.
Look at that Shredder. That just looks like the old Shredder.
The Shredder looks like it, but the heads on those Turtles look slightly different. Because I remember I was working for Apple at the time, and I was in Austin, Texas for work.
J1 says reissues.
Oh, reissues, okay. And but when those came out, and there was Toys R Us's in Austin, I went to all the different Toys R Us's because they got those 2012 Turtles figures first, and I got the whole first wave. It was a good time.
I will say I was in Target the other day, and the current line of TMNT toys from the new the show show's out, by the way. Has anyone watched that? It's out.
I haven't watched it.
And I pay for Paramount Plus, but I haven't watched it yet.
I thought it was on Netflix. I don't know where to find
It's
anything.
Paramount Plus, I think.
I'm not sure. I think it's on Netflix. I do think it's on Netflix.
Is it Netflix?
Yeah, I think it's on.
It's
anyway,
on their own streaming.
Anyway, it's out. But the toys that are like the mix and match mutant figures where you can like pull.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It looks great. Like, in fact, I sent a picture to the chat for the Jeffries, and I was like, "Hey, these need to go on here for something because this is a really good looking toy line." I ain't buying it because I just I got a Super 7 turtle in. I don't remember when I showed it off a while back. It's just still in the box sitting in my toy room because I've just like sort of lost any
look at
kind of
those soft
Ninja
goods.
Turtle passion.
Soft goods is nice.
But these look great. I think these look very good.
Yeah, they're fun, and they have the mixed match. It's a good, absolutely, it's good toys for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know how we got on that topic, but Jay, I'm excited about your predictions.
Oh, can we just my family finally caught up on Skeleton Crew.
Okay.
I'm loving it.
I like it a lot. There's a dissenting opinion in the chat. I mean, on the screen.
Oh, Jacob hates it.
I don't hate it. I think it's fine. I'm having fun with it. It's better than maybe a good bit of the other shows. But the thing with me is I feel like it would have played way better as a movie.
I agree.
If this was a movie, if this was like a 2-hour movie, and I would have fun all the way through. But as a show, I'm becoming annoyed with it. It's the charm is like a little bit less every episode, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna go watch pirates and kids again, and I'm kind of over it. And I noticed one week that I had to watch the recap because I was like, I don't even fucking remember or care what happened.
Yeah.
And I think it's a bigger problem with Star Wars than the show specifically.
That's why we're going to Celebration.
Overall, it's fine. I'm going to Japan. I don't want overall, it's fine. I don't think it's great.
No, Last week's episode was my favorite episode so far.
It was so good. You said you teared up. What did you tear up on? Because as I was watching the episode, I was like, I wonder what Craig teared up on.
When
I guess
cool.
spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to tell your friends in a private chat that you were crying over Star Wars.
You just brought it up, dude.
I did not say I was crying.
I didn't say you're crying. I said you just got misty. You got a little emotional.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it that. I tear up over a lot of things. I got a 10-piece nugget the other day and I teared up.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, Craig. I have noticed that maybe it's because I'm almost 40. I tear up now all the time.
Yeah,
I kind of hate these videos, but I watched a couple watch Jurassic Park for the first time last night. It was an hour-long video, and I cried through the whole thing. Just watching Jurassic Park in 45-second clips on somebody else's thing, and I was like, why is this making me cry?
Well, I get it. I will say it was the whole exchange between this is gonna I don't know the main character's name, but no. The main character, and when he saves the
so memorable.
Oh yeah, KB when he saves KB,
the Lobot girl.
Yeah, that was really emotional.
She calls him Jedi. It was cute, and I think
really
those kids
sweet.
are pretty good actors.
Oh, I was like, wait, is she a robot? I thought
No, she's a Lobot.
I don't know. I was a little confused.
Well, because she kind of mentioned she got in an accident, and then those must be augmented things to keep her alive or something.
I think she might be Snoke. Been thinking about it. I think that's Snoke.
I like the droid, the robot droid with the thing in his, rat in his eye.
Yeah,
I think he's cool.
I ain't never heard of no Atlanta.
Added. So we had it all back. So it was kind of nice. I agree with it being a movie, but it was just since we have catch up on 6 episodes, we can just watch it all the way through. So I didn't have any of that annoying waiting kind of thing.
Well, here's the thing. I agree. Star Wars does not work in 28-minute chunks for me. No. And also the show's almost over and they're still just trying to figure out how to get back. I didn't think the whole show was going to be them. I did like listen, I'm a sucker for pirates singing a little pirate song. So I enjoyed that. So anyways, cool.
But also don't feel bad about crying in things. I cry in movies all the time.
Oh, dude, I'm the easiest cry in the world. I remember there was a WCW pay-per-view about to come out, Halloween Havoc 97. I'm 11 or 12 years old, eating a pizza, watching that episode of Full House when Uncle Jesse's gonna move out and Michelle's sad, and I'm like,
oh yeah, I remember that too.
As a 12-year-old, I'm like, no, just stay, the bunny rabbits. Johnny Cock of the super chat, thank you, says, I noticed that during lots of moments of tension, when they hold a note with string instruments, I tear up. Happy birthday, Mr. Jacob Walsh. I mean, yeah, the
Thank you, Johnny.
music is a direct
It works.
direct
I think there's
connection.
something to like, I don't know, those of us that don't share emotions in real life, and then so we only can process emotions through movies
cool.
or whatever.
Thanks.
It's my own
Wow.
self-diagnosis to that.
Okay.
No
cool.
emotions in real life.
Cool.
Yeah, it works.
Crying in movies.
JT says the only time I've ever cried at a movie is when Optimus Prime died. Spoiler.
Damn.
Oh wow.
Crying at the end of Afterlife was just the big. No, I didn't cry at the end of Ghostbusters.
You didn't? I
Afterlife.
did.
Jay, let me finish my sentence. I literally was so overcome with emotion that I blacked out and I did not remember the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Holy shit. Okay.
It was fucking crazy, dude. It's like the most natural high you could get. I don't care. Jared Leto could take you out to the desert and do all that shit. You're not gonna feel like I felt watching Ghostbusters Afterlife. David Cabal, have you heard of Treasure Monster Toys? No. Should we check that out?
Maybe.
Okay. And also, I think we're gonna try to get the. Did you see that new Kickstarter for the horror figures, Jay?
No.
I'm not giving.
Treasure Monster toys are fun.
What are they?
They look like I don't know, like 90s turtles-ish.
Blake
At least
says they're
sold out though.
Third-party TMNT.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're already sold out, so yeah.
All right. Yes, Cursed Dead. They got a Kickstarter going, so we're gonna check those out. A lot of people with Kickstarters.
It's Kickstarter season.
Is it?
I don't know.
Not yet. You'll know when. Hey, you'll all know when Kickstarter season starts. It's gonna get real fun around here. Anyways, Jay, anything else before we do some sad comments?
No, I got nothing. Thank you for letting me hang out with y'all tonight. This is
dude.
We got real tonight. You know, I feel like we didn't hold back.
No, we had a lot of people watching. People are having a good time. It's cold as fuck. Is it cold by you?
Yeah, but no snow. I'm kind of pissed about it.
Yeah.
I still have to go into the office, which blows.
Oh, really? I have to go to the office tomorrow.
I took tomorrow off. I'm gonna do nothing. I'm gonna sleep in. Gonna finish some personal work. It's gonna be good.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
What I would give to sleep in.
And I am at that age where I start getting really excited for bedtime. I'm like, ooh, bedtime.
I know. I can close my eyes and recharge.
Deal with anything. All right. So Jacob, do we have some
Yeah, I don't have a ton. I got like one, but it's like a conversation. So I'll read the
one of my favorites. I love
I'll read the conversation.
All right. Okay. Sad comments. If you're not familiar with sad comments, we do them every week here. We basically scour the internet for the latest commentary on toys and action figures. Go to all the Instagrams, the Facebook pages, the YouTube channels, and we highlight some of our favorite comments from the common man, common collector, and we give a little voice to the voiceless. We amplify. It's why we're here. It's what we do. Guys, I'm a fucking great podcaster. I just wanted to put that out there. Like, I don't think that highly of myself about most things, but I can. The way my tongue dances around this microphone, I wish I wouldn't have said that. I'd take that.
Take that out. Cut that out.
I
listen,
did. Yeah,
Craig, as an award-winning podcaster myself, I will tell you that you are phenomenal.
I have not won any awards yet, and it's pissing me off.
Do you still do podcast awards? I got mine in 2007.
I tried
2007.
Was it for Lost?
Yeah, it was Best in Entertainment, the People's Choice
That's
Podcast
amazing.
Award.
That's amazing.
I mean, I tried to
heard of
submit. I was going to submit YHS for some Webbies this year, till I got to the last page and realized it was like pay to play. It's like, you want this award?
Golden Globes.
Give us $2,000. So I did it, and we're up for a couple.
Up for a Webby, huh?
Couple big ones. All right, Jacob, let me get your music going.
Yeah, get my music going.
And Jay, I couldn't believe it the other day. Can you believe our the debate with the post debate with Mad Hatter and you and me was like 3 years ago.
No.
Wow.
It's fucking nuts. Time
It's
is
good
marching.
times. It is. We're getting old.
All right, Jake. Here we go. Sad comments.
Now this is from NECA. It was on a picture of a Ninja Turtle figure, and
Okay.
I'm just gonna go through and read this thread.
Okay. It is a NECA thread from Instagram. Here we go.
Very stable opinion. First comment. Enough TMNT. Reply. TMNT is fine, but stop the bullshit exclusives and multi-packs. Reply. No, it isn't fine. Those of us that are longtime NECA horror and sci-fi fans are pissed. Years of TMNT with nothing new from other lines that built them. It's insulting. Reply. Horror sucks. Reply. Then go play with your TMNT with your toddlers. The adults are talking. Final reply. I stick with Aliens and Terminator.
Wait, hold on. That last reply, was that from the guy who was saying he likes TMNT? That is insane.
It's from the guy. Hold on, let me look. It's what's weird. It's from the guy who said horror sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horror sucks.
But then he said he'll stick with Aliens and Terminator.
So,
Aliens is it's a horror. I think that's horror.
I mean, here's the thing.
First one for sure.
yeah.
I think part of the issue over there is that I wish collectors understood is, Disney owns Aliens and Predator now, and Disney's a tough licensor to work with, much tougher than Fox was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that is a hilarious conversation. I love that.
Yeah.
You toddler. What was it? Stop it. The adults are talking. Is that the
Yeah.
line? Because that is fucking awesome. The adults are talking about action figures.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jake. All right, guys. Well, fun evening. I saw Ryan pop into the chat earlier. I wonder if he's home. And
Maybe he's on the plane.
that would be cool.
He
Yeah,
maybe
good
he
Wi-Fi.
hopped
Where's
in
he
from the
flying on?
plane. Yeah.
Now, Jay, you mentioned
Yes.
You're going to be going to Star Wars Celebration. You're going to go to Japan. Do you
Mhm.
what is your flying situation? Did you get a direct flight?
No, I think we're laying over in Detroit and then going from Detroit to there.
That's the wrong direction, I think.
No, apparently Detroit's like the curvature of the Earth. It actually is.
There's no curve.
What do you mean curvature? Is that like a weird word for straight flat line? We splurged. We got direct flights from Atlanta to Tokyo.
Seriously? Holy shit. Well, that
Yeah.
makes you have the biggest airport in the world in your city, so yeah. That makes
The
sense.
biggest, busiest airport in the world is quite literally 90 seconds that way.
Right? It's kind of
And I still get lost. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Super stoked. We're gonna do some toy hunting. We're gonna
I'm excited. I've been out of the country. We've all been out of the country, but I've never been to Asia. Like this is like completely
Same,
culturally
yeah.
completely different than any type of place I've ever been to. So I'm excited.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And I don't know if we have any international fans in Japan, but if we do, we're gonna be there.
They're there.
Come say hi.
I got somebody
yeah.
picking me up those McDonald's Transformers over there. We're gonna meet up
Oh, that's
and
fun.
exchange
Wow.
goods.
I love that. Selfies for toys.
Sure.
Viper, hello. He says, good afternoon, guys, from Australia. Happy New
Oh,
Year. to
cool.
all. Appreciate the stream. Happy New Year, man. Well, listen, thank you everybody for
Oh,
hanging
there's a
out.
Mario Kart in Tokyo experience. That'd be fun.
Well,
Good
there's
content opportunity.
well, there is a thing where you can do Mario Kart with your friends, like through the streets. Of,
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
probably what they mean.
Yeah.
and
We're
then
going
there's-
to Universal. Are you going to Universal while you're there?
No, we're doing both Disney parks, but we're
Okay.
not doing. I don't think we have time for Universal.
I was trying to figure it out. It seems like you might need to have the express pass to get into the Mario world. I was doing some reading earlier.
Oh, well, we'll maybe have to get
I
that.
might have to look into that.
Yeah.
But we got a travel agent that's been like booking everything for us.
You got a travel agent?
Well, they're kind of shitty, but my mom worked with them, so
Okay. We have
once
a
you
travel
start bringing
agent.
in your 60-plus-year-old parents onto the trip, it's
Right.
Right.
Sure.
you gotta use Ethel. She does all of our travel.
Use Ethel.
It's
Like,
kind of
yeah.
crazy to me that travel agents still exist.
Yeah.
It's
They must only still exist because there's one generation of people that
I
are still
think it
using them.
is. I think it really is.
Right.
The thing is, she's not that good. I think Colleen could have done better, but whatever, you know.
You know, I was watching. I watched the Truman Show the other night. I hadn't seen it in a while, and there's that whole scene where he's trying to buy his plane ticket to Fiji, so he goes to the travel agency. And I was like, wait, why didn't they just not put a fake travel agency in this town? Like, why did they put that there? Because now they have to deal with fake booking him a plane ticket. Why didn't they just not put that in there?
That's a great point.
These are the things I think about every night when it comes to the Truman Show.
Does it hold up? I haven't seen that movie. I saw it in
great.
theater. I have not seen it since then.
It's great. I hadn't seen it
Yeah?
in a really long
Yeah.
time, but it's on, I don't know, one of the streaming services. I thought it's very good.
I went to theaters and saw Sonic 3 on New Year's Day, and it was great seeing Jim Carrey doing Jim
Yeah.
Carrey stuff.
I've heard.
I heard
I've
it's
heard
great.
very
I heard
fun.
it's awesome. Yeah, well, if I ever get that copy of Sonic and Knuckles back that I traded this kid a Nerf bow and arrow for, I'll be set. Wait a minute. Other way around. I got Sonic and Knuckles. He got my Nerf bow and arrow.
Oh.
So his loss. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. We'll be back next week with more Toy Anxiety. Don't forget to subscribe. Whether you're watching us live or after the fact, we appreciate your patronage. Speaking of patronage, you can get even more content at Yes Have Some's Patreon page at patreon.com/Yes Have Some. Exclusive access to the Discord, 6-year archive of audio content. And we owe you guys some bonus episodes and a Zoom hang and all sorts of other stuff. So let's hang out in Discord and talk about what toys we want to buy. Until next time, for Jake Latfelter, Jacob Walsh, Abigail Gardner, and Ryan Dole. Bye.
Bye.
This is where the fun
Fun
ends.
begins. This is where the fun.
Oh,
This is where the
Project.
fun. This is where the
Okay.
fun
It's
begins.
okay.
There you go.
Who's the big guy with the muscles?